So, welcome back to InnovEU, the EU Project Chronicles. Last July, suddenly found myself in the middle of a heatwave. You remember that? 40 degrees outside, over that. And I was looking at all the EU rejections that were echoing in my inbox in the past years. And many years actually. So I had spent months working on those proposals. I knew the technology, I knew the impact, I knew the criteria inside out, and yet the verdict came back not funded. You know that feeling. That brought feelings of drain, frustration, and honestly got me a little lost at times. So I remember all those rejections, and I went to the beach for a long walk. And when I sat in the sand, sweating, staring at the waves, I started asking myself, what if the real problem isn't our proposals? What if the real problem is the way we look at these calls? So I realized that we often treat those proposals like checklists, boxes to tick, requirements to meet, when in fact the winners are the ones who turn calls into transformation stories. Calls that don't just want information, they want impact, they want winners. So in that moment, under that blazing sky, blazing sun, I decided this will be the new season of InnovEU, the main theme. So that's exactly what season 4 is about. This isn't just a podcast about rules, templates, acronyms. This season you'll hear voices from researchers and innovators across Europe and beyond. Now I sounded like a Buzz Lightyear, didn't I? You'll discover the 5 big transitions that are reshaping research and innovation. Digital transition, the green transition, the housing crisis, the war economy transition, and the new globalization transition, and how they are, on one hand, restricting opportunities, on the other hand, opening up new opportunities for research, for innovation. So we'll break down live calls without drowning you in jargon, and we'll spotlight real project results. That's what the audience asked for. So that's the new item in this podcast. The real projects that are concluded or almost concluded. What did they achieve? What were the results? In every episode, it will be designed to help you save time, save money, make money, and feel smarter about the decisions you take in this space. So, if you are started at the rejection, I don't know. If you ever looked at a rejection letter, wondering what went wrong, stick with me this season, because together we're going to turn calls into transformations. So, starting today, we start with a breakdown of a call, an open horizon call for space, a multi-million opportunity in space technologies. By the end of the episode, you'll know exactly what's at stake, who can apply, and how to position your project to win. So, buckle up, season 4 starts now.
Let's dive into a Horizon Europe funding opportunity that could literally launch your ideas into space. I'm talking about Horizon CL 4202502 Space 81. This isn't just a call for proposals. It's a chance to turn cutting-edge space technologies into EU-funded realities. And if you know how to play it right, you can win big. If you don't, you risk burning months of effort and walking away empty-handed. Let's make sure that doesn't happen to you. This call sits inside Cluster 4, Digital, Industry, and Space. Its focus is on ensuring Europe's autonomy and competitiveness in space, strengthening in-orbit services, and boosting technologies that keep European space systems sustainable, resilient, and secure. In other words, the EU is putting serious money on the table to make sure European space doesn't depend on others, and your project could be part of that transformation. The Commission wants projects that deliver breakthrough technologies for space missions and in-orbit operations, strengthen European industrial capacity, and reduce reliance on non-EU suppliers. Contribute to sustainability, ensuring that our space assets and services are safe for the long term. If your project can show it delivers these impacts, you're not just ticking boxes. You're building a winning case. The total indicative budget for this call is 65 million euros. Each project is expected to receive between 5 euros and 7 million euros in EU contributions, depending on scope and ambition. And here's the critical timeline. The call opens in October 2025. The deadline for proposals is the 25th of September 2025, 17 o'clock Brussels time. Miss that deadline, and the door closes. Who can apply? Any legal entity. Universities, research centers, SMEs, large companies, even public bodies. But eligibility for funding is limited to entities established in EU member states, Horizon Europe associated countries, and certain territories linked to member states. And here's the golden rule. For research and innovation actions like this one, you need at least 3 independent legal entities from 3 different eligible countries. The smart play? Build a consortium that is not only geographically diverse, but also covers the entire value chain, from cutting-edge tech developers to end users who will actually apply these solutions. That's how you score high on impact. Remember, Horizon calls are not about who writes the fanciest proposal. They're about who convinces evaluators they will deliver transformation. So here's how you win. Show money impact, prove your technology will create economic value, jobs, or new markets in Europe.
Credits, author and host Fernando C. Gaspar, music Diogo Gaspar, Lisbon, Portugal, 2024. Reach us by email or DM.